I feel like this video is long overdue. I haven't been super transparent about my weight loss. Sometimes I post some pictures online, but I'm making this video in hopes to inspire you guys if you have any interest to do the same. All in all, no matter what method you use, this is just the best one that worked out for me. And no, this isn't some, oh my god, you can get like a 6-pack in like 30 days with this 10-step program to suck your own. No, this is not that program at all. So this is just my own personal story. In no way am I a personal trainer or, like a fitness YouTuber. I'm just a guy who likes going to the gym. Anyway, so throughout high school, and actually throughout all of my life, I always ate whatever I wanted to eat, and I didn't really care because of my fast metabolism. I would do some P90X, and then I would play tennis, and I thought that was enough. And then my mom would have sugar cookies all the time, and then I would eat like all 6 of them in one go. I thought, as long as I work out a little bit, I'll eventually get a 6-pack. And so nothing really changed to my body. Throughout college, I kind of continued this eating habit. I didn't really notice my body changing over time. Even when I got hired at JK, I thought I didn't really need to do much. I was a video editor, not really in the public eye, and I had a girlfriend, and honestly, I took everything for granted. In 2016, I was just starting YouTube. I was trying to create my own brand, making videos here and there, when suddenly Joe noticed one of my skits and asked, "Hey, have you ever considered doing something like this for JK?" And I thought, whoa, this is an amazing opportunity for me to grow. Of course I'll do it. So I started doing some medial tasks for them, and eventually I told them about my acting background. And one of the first videos I starred in was The Hooker Slayer. The one where Michael kept all these secrets about hookers, and I was interviewing Bart and Joe if they were true or not. Okay, so I don't know why I had this Pidget haircut looking thing. Okay, can we just forget about this, please? After that video came out, I started getting noticed in public for the first time. This was a super new phenomenon for me, and it was really surprising for people to come up to me and say, "Hey, you're Byron, right?" Then I had a bit of a reality check when I took my first picture with a fan. I remember taking the picture and actually feeling embarrassed, not because I was recognized, but because when I looked at the picture, I didn't recognize myself. I started feeling really insecure. My ex-girlfriend would even compliment me, but I honestly wouldn't believe her. I didn't think anyone could be attracted to me in any sort of way. And okay, I admit it, reading the comments on JKP referring to me as that chubby Asian guy or chubby rice gum kinda got to me. Okay, it didn't help around this time where my parents would come visit me and they would always tell me, "Oh, you're so skinny, Byron. You need to eat more, huh?" And I would just go like, "Okay, mom." And then I started eating more, and then they went to come visit me maybe like 8 months later, and then they're like, "Oh wow, you gained a lot of weight, huh? Ay nako, you need to stop eating. You're gaining so much weight." I'm like, what do you want from me? I dealt with my sadness by eating more. I kept ordering large pizzas from Domino's just for myself and always bought huge orders from McDonald's, thinking that it was completely normal. Obviously, one day, these bad habits all caught up with me, and I just ended up having a horrible fever with a nice touch of the worst acid reflux you could ever imagine. From that day forward, I wanted to make a change for myself. When I started getting back into fitness after 2 years of doing nothing, I would get a huge headache after working out. 20 push-ups would give me a migraine, and even 5 minutes of jogging would leave me gasping for air and a pulsating head sore. So I decided to get creative and bought a DDR pad. I bought these tiny weights too, and for about 7 months, I was just doing bro curls and 10 to 11 steppers on DDR. The change in my face wasn't really significant, but I was making some progress, I guess. It wasn't until 2017 where I asked my roommate to start taking me to barbell so I could learn more about resistance training. I thought, hey, I'm pretty fit now. My cardio is damn good. I can take your program. My roommate made me train for 3 hours my first day. If you're just starting to work out, please don't do that. At most, you should just train for 15 minutes your first day and slowly work your way up. Don't do what I did. And usually, my DDR sessions would last 30 minutes. And I thought that was more than enough. So when I worked out for the first time for 3 hours, I was so exhausted my first day at barbell. And it didn't help that barbell was a power powerlifting gym. It wasn't your traditional 24-hour fitness or everything where a bunch of old people trying to crunch at their crotch. This was a place where powerlifters come to train for competitions. I was so intimidated. Everyone bench pressed with like a plate or two on the bar, and I was struggling with just 10 pounds on each side. But my roommate was a good coach. He told me back in the day his wrist was as big as his bicep and used to cover up how skinny he was by wearing huge hoodies. He even did push-ups on the wall because he couldn't do them on the floor yet. And he told me everyone was probably at this stage when they first started out, so everyone can relate to your story. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. So I stuck to my own grind and focused on what I could accomplish by myself. I remember trying to deadlift. I think it was like my third time, and I had like 25 pounds on each side. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm so strong. Damn, who else could do 25 pounds on each side? I must be the strongest guy in the gym right now, dude. And then I met one of my friends. She's been in one of my videos before. Her name's Jane. And she asked if she could work in with one of our sets. I was only doing a set of 5 for my deadlifts, and I felt really strong for doing that. But then all my confidence went away when she looked at me and she's like, could you put a little bit more weight on it? I was like, what? And she ended up putting a full plate on both sides and hit that weight for 8 reps and told me it was her warm-up. And I'm like, oh, well, cool. But that's okay. I stuck to my own grind and focused on what I could accomplish myself. I know it's intimidating to be around all these buff dudes and girls and people who take their craft very, very seriously. But they're people just like you and me. I met some of the nicest people at the gym and a lot of people who I can call really, really good friends.
What was that?
Penis! Penis!
And from any walk of life, they understand. The first months of going to the gym was honestly the hardest. There were so many days where I had negative thoughts about fitness. Like, fuck that, I don't want to train today. I'm sore everywhere, everything hurts. It was just a little bitch in me talking, honestly. But I remember reading this quote on the internet. If you feel like going to the gym, go. If you don't feel like going to the gym, go. Obviously, take that advice with a grain of salt. I don't want you guys going to the gym 7 days a week and overexhausting yourself. Just take it slow, okay? Everyone is different. Keeping myself motivated was pretty much the hardest thing. I depended on my roommate a lot to go, and it would feel awkward if he didn't go with me. But I wrote down the program and was eventually able to keep the exercises up on my own. I remember I would also look to social media a lot for inspiration and just started following a bunch of fitness pages because I was like, oh shit, like ab goals or like bicep goals. Yeah, like I really want to work my way towards this body. How's their diet? And soon enough, my explore feed was just all these buff dudes. I also followed a bunch of anime and Japanese related things. So my explore feed kind of evolved into all these Japanese bodybuilders. Which makes sense. I'm like, you're not wrong, Instagram. This is just funny. And please don't get me started on dieting. My eating habits honestly have not changed since I was a balloon shark, as my roommate likes to call it, because, you know, big face and, you know, my hair was doing this weird thing where it would just tower over everybody and oh god, let's forget about this hairstyle too. All in all, I just made better choices with what I ate. Instead of a full bag of chips, I would have veggies, or instead of McDonald's, like I would just have a chicken salad or something like that. It was the same volume of food. It was just, you know, a better choice. And trust me, that was hell too. So please transition yourself slowly if you're going to start dieting. My progress would have been much faster if I started tracking macros to a T, but I was honestly just trying to see my neck again. It's been about 2 years since I made the decision to want to make a change for myself, and about 1.5 years since I started weightlifting. I would look in the mirror and go like, am I daysung yet?
Fantastic, baby.
I used to have this really big insecurity where I wouldn't want to make videos because I was embarrassed of how I looked on camera. Weightlifting and just working out has had a huge influence on my life. I was around 185 pounds, maybe 190 around this time, and my weight loss goal was to get to at least 150. And so as soon as I hit my weight loss goal, I decided, well, let's just keep going. You know, I didn't want to lose any more weight than I did, but I just wanted more definition in my muscles. I guess all in all, my message for this video is to not be afraid to try something new. You're meant to go out of your comfort zone and try something that's beneficiary to your overall life. All in all, I hope my journey can inspire yours, and just know that the results won't happen overnight. But with the right amount of consistency and motivation, it's totally possible.